Hi everybody, Aunt Blabby here with the final episode of Aunt Blabby's Garden for 2019 at least. Maybe forever, we'll see. But I just wanted to show you, we're doing a tincture today and I want to show you what's left for feverfew. Now I already picked this patch here. I'll be putting a picture of it on my page on Facebook. But that's where I got the feverfew for today's exercise. Look at our little round red peppers in the garden there, aren't they neat? And there's another black one and a crimson one. Still some borage and a tangle of tomatoes. Soon we'll be getting a frost, so the garden's almost finished, but it's still pretty. You see the memorial garden there. So I'm just going to show you some other patches of feverfew. Now you can do this tincture that we're doing today with any herb, any one at all. We're using feverfew. That's some there. By the side here it's growing. And there's some more growing over here. You see it's in bloom. It's kind of late coming up. And it's in bloom by the fire pit. So I've been using that as well. And there's some more around here and there. But the idea is that, of course, I've been picking it all summer long, to use in my herbal tea. Because I've been using it as a treatment for my blood pressure. Keep it down, you know. Because it's a good treatment for that. So what we're going to do today is make a tincture out of feverfew. And as I say, you can pretty much do that with any herb you want to. Most people are going to choose medicinal herbs. So what I did was I picked the feverfew off of that bush over there, and then I washed it, and I wrapped it up in a tea towel to dry it. So you see, let's see if I can tip my phone. You see, okay, in there. I rolled it up in the towel and I gave it a little twist because that'll also help bring the juices out of the feverfew leaves. And then I used a sterilized jam jar and I 3/4 filled the jam jar with feverfew leaves. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take some vodka. Okay, now this is real vodka that I buy. It's potato vodka. Some companies make it out of corn and wheat and other interesting things, but that's just hooch as far as I'm concerned. Vodka was originally made out of potatoes, and this vodka is made out of potatoes. Now you need a vodka that's at least 80 proof, 80 to 100 proof. And how you determine that is the alcohol by volume. So this is 40% alcohol by volume. That means you double that, and that means it's 80 proof. And most, I went around the liquor store looking for anything different, really couldn't find anything. Most of them were 40% alcohol by volume, therefore 80 proof. So I'm using this vodka to make this tincture. And what I'm going to do, I've 3/4 filled it with feverfew leaves with very clean hands into a sterilized jar. And now I'm just going to fill up this jar with the vodka. And then I'm going to take a sterilized lid and I'll just tap it on the towel to dry it a bit. Put boiling water on the lids to sterilize them. So I've taken a sterilized lid to close up the jar. So this is going to sit for 4 to 6 weeks and infuse. I mean, basically the feverfew is going to be infused by the alcohol. And when I'm done, when I've decided 4 to 6 weeks that it's done, I'm going to strain it through a sieve into a measuring cup. And I'm going to use a measuring cup because that'll tell me how much I'm trying to put into my tiny little bottle. And my tiny little bottle is like one of these. Okay, this is from CBD oil, and I've got some from oregano oil that are dropper bottles. And I'm going to clean those with my tiny little brush. And then I'll have a dropper bottle with measuring on it to put into my teas. And that's, it's been great to dig up, to pick at least the feverfew all summer long, but under 3 to 5 feet of snow, I won't be able to do that anymore. So I gotta have an alternative. I'm also gonna dry some in my dehydrator, so I'll have 2 different kinds of feverfew put up for the winter to use in my teas for medicinal purposes, of course. So there we are. We've made our tincture. We're gonna wait 4 to 6 weeks. I'll give you results on my page on Facebook and let you know how it came along. And I'm going to be loading up some dropper bottles like this and putting that in my morning tea to keep myself, keep my blood pressure down, you know. We don't want that going up too high. Now I got a little story to tell you. It was right after my dad died. Honestly, it's not a sad story. It was right after my dad died, and I gave a little wake at my city apartment after the interment for all the people who came. So I had snack food and you know, tea and coffee and wine, and these people came through the door with a container of orange juice, and I thought, oh well, it's good they brought their own, because I didn't think of that. I didn't have any juice in the house, so in the apartment. So they brought their own juice, and they enjoyed that while they were there. And everybody, you know, talked about Dad for a little while, and my mom said she had to smile too much. And then everybody went home, and I decided to go back to work the next day, because what are you going to do, sit around and mope? And not much point in that. So I got up the next morning wondering what was left over that I could call a breakfast, you know. And I opened the fridge, and there was that container of orange juice in there with that much still in the bottom of it. So I poured it into a glass, and I gulped up a couple of gulps of it. And only then did I realize that that orange juice was liberally laced with vodka. That was a real eye-opening morning. Of course, you don't want to start every morning that way. Excuse me, but I will be starting some mornings with a couple of droppers of vodka in my tea. And that's going to help my blood pressure, I'm sure. And as I say, for other mornings, if I'm going out or something like that, I also will have dried feverfew that I can put in my teapot and make it that way. So, I want to show you something here. I didn't put up the stand for my phone too much, because look at what we got here. I hope I'm aiming this right. This is a chrysalis on my stand that I use for my phone. And I'm just going to put my phone here for right now and do cards for us, eh? Come on, why not? Let's just do the cards one last time for 2019 and see how things are coming along for us. Well, okay, we'll use that one. And then we'll cut the cards here and draw some more. Wow, that's cool. Alright, so here's our card, winter solstice. And this will be upon us soon, won't it? We just had the equinox, and the winter solstice is sort of next up in December, when we'll have the shortest day of the year and the longest night. And this is a time for reflection, of course. This is a time to sit down cozy by a fire if we have one, and consider our possibilities for the coming winter and the next year, and think about our inspirations, and then what else we want to do with ourselves and our lives. It's been a challenging year this year, one way and another, and so there's probably a lot we need to think about, revise, and consider. So this is a great card going into deeper into the fall. The next card up is lightning, and this reminds us about the power of the universe. This reminds us that the power of the universe is neutral. It only becomes good or bad when we make it so. Okay, so we have power at our disposal that comes from the universe energy, because everything's made of energy, right? Even us, everything's made of energy, and we have energy at our disposal. But it's neutral, and we're the ones who make it good or bad. This reminds us, you know, reflect. Let's think about things. Let's think about how we want things to go, because our thoughts manifest our reality. So that's important. And here's the last card. And this is telling us that there'll be something to celebrate. If things go well for us, if we handle things properly, you know what? Dance is all about celebration. Good things to come yet. Good things to come for us yet that we can be happy about and celebrate. So there we are. Okay? And sorry about that lawnmower in the distance, but there's always something. So what can I say? I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope you'll like it on the YouTube page. I got 38 views on my last one, but nobody liked it. Makes Aunt Blabby sad. I hope y'all just forgot. But that's okay. If you didn't like it, you didn't like it, and you might as well be honest about it. So hey, I don't know if I'll do any next year, but we'll see. And if I do, I'll try harder. Maybe Colin can give me some good ideas. In the meantime, remember, Aunt Blabby thinks you're the bee's knees. Don't let anybody tell you any different. See ya.